Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Above the Rim Rundown, where we run down all things NBA. I am one of your hosts, Memo, and right beside me, I've got Hoops. How you doing?
What's going on, man? Overall, I've been doing good, just getting through in life. Same as usual. And yeah, just pulling through. How's everything been going for you?
Basically the same thing, just pulling through. I'll say I'm doing better this week than I was last week, so that's good. The only negative is what we just talked about before recording. Today I was watching a soccer game with my family. It was Guatemala versus, I already forgot who it was. Panama, I think, maybe. And if Guatemala won, they had a good chance of making it to the World Cup. And if they lost, then they have zero chance, and they lost. So now, once again, Guatemala is not going to the World Cup, which they've never gone. Like, this was supposed to be the year, and now it's not gonna happen. So I'm very bummed about that. Um, but yeah, other than that, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm happy with basketball at least. Lakers looking decent. The NBA is thriving. We had random Monday be one of the greatest days in basketball history. We'll talk about that soon. But yeah, we could get things started, get things rolling. Talk about the WNLs, of course. Uh, any guesses on who will be the biggest loser of the week? Put your guesses down in the comments down below. I wonder who it could
Hmm.
be. Um,
I wonder who that could be.
but yeah, before we do all that, we will start with the standings. And I believe it is your turn to talk about the West Coast, the best coast. So would you like to do that?
Yes, sir. So at number 15, we got the Pelicans at 2-9. At number 14, we got the Mavs at 3-9. 13, we had the Kings at 3-9. 12, we got the Clippers at 3-8. 11, we got the Grizzlies at 4-9. 10, Jazz 4-8. 9, Warriors 7-6. 8, Blazers 6-5. 7, Suns 8-5. 6, Timberwolves 7-4. 5, Lakers 8-4. 4, Rockets 7-3. 3, Spurs 8-3. 2, Nuggets 9-2, and sitting atop the Western Conference and in the NBA as a whole, the Oklahoma City Thunder, defending champs at 12-1. So those are the Western Conference standings 3 weeks into the season.
Now for the East at number 15, it's the Wizards with a 1-11 record. Pacers at 14 with a 1-11 record. Nets at 13 with a 1-10 record. Hornets at 12 with a 4-7 record. Celtics at 11 with a 6-7 record. Magic at 10 with a 6-6 record. Bulls at 9 with a 6-5 record. Heat at 8 with a 7-5 record. Bucks at 7 with a 7-5 record. Raptors at 6 with a 7-5 record. Hawks at 5 with an 8-5 record. Cavs at 4 with an 8-5 record. Sixers at 3 with a 7-4 record. Knicks at 2 with a 7-4 record. And at the number one spot, the Detroit Pistons. We will be talking about them very soon. But yeah, let's get things started in the W list. I guess with the Pistons, I feel like that's the only way to go because they are surprisingly the number one team in the East, and they've been for sure on a roll.
Yeah, sitting atop 10-2 as mentioned, currently on a 8-game win streak. Um, and first in the Eastern Conference. They have been looking like one of the top teams in the league, and they've just been finding ways to win games. Um, 2 years ago, in this same exact time, the Pistons were quite literally the worst team in the East and the entire NBA. And it's like, don't look now. They're currently sitting atop the Eastern Conference. It's funny how life works sometimes. But yeah, Pistons have been on a roll, and who knows? Maybe they are indeed a true contender in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, we'll see. Like we were talking about the Bulls last week, and wondering if they are like a for real team. And then this past week happened, uh, and things aren't looking so good. But at the moment, they're looking great. Cade Cunningham has been amazing, looking like an All NBA guard for sure. Was he All NBA last year? Um, I
I
don't.
feel like he was, but I don't remember for certain.
He was for sure an All Star. You'll
Yeah.
definitely be an All Star again this year. And it might already be safe to say he will be an All NBA player. Like this guy
Oh,
has
without
been
question.
amazing. Even though he has games like on Monday where he had record breaking most misses in a single game, surpassing Kobe with 31 misses. They needed a shooter out there, and he was just going for it, and that ended up leading to a win, an overtime win. So, a win is a win. The Pistons have been winning. 8-game win streak is crazy. They aren't they tied for like the worst losing streak like in NBA history, or did they surpass it?
Um, Maybe surpassed, or they definitely were at least tied.
I don't
It might have been
remember.
a tie actually.
I think it was a tie,
Yeah,
but it's crazy that like a
like so
lot of
from
those
that.
same players are still on this team, and now they're number one in the East somehow, some way. They were able to get it done, and we'll see if that continues. I feel like there's several teams now that are starting to get their groove on, starting to look like what we expected them to look like. Um, but yeah, right now Pistons are surpassing expectations, so shout out to them.
Yep, definitely indeed. Another team that has been rolling now in the Western Conference, the Denver Nuggets at 9-2, currently on a 6-game win streak, sitting at second seed in the West. And for the most part, they've been looking very dominant. All except of one of those 6 games were won by double digits, and really didn't really have much of a sweat in most of these games, winning handily, moving up to the second seed in the Western Conference. And yeah, Nuggets have been looking really good as of late, and definitely looking like potentially the biggest challenge to OKC, maybe dethrone the Western Conference. We shall see.
Yeah, and that was my biggest prediction going into the season too, is that the Nuggets were gonna surpass the Thunder like in the playoffs and stuff like that because I knew that this team was gonna be amazing, and they have been. Um, uh, you know, Part of it is because of the bench contribution, the people that they were able to sign during the off season. But like the biggest reason why is their big three with Jokic having these insane numbers. He just had like a 55-point game like yesterday, right? Where he had 25 points in the first quarter. Um, like he's had such crazy stat lines. Um, his like averages are so insane. Like I think I saw this wild comment or tweet on Twitter where this guy like posted a screenshot of like SGA's statistics and just praising those statistics. It was like 37-6. Like really good, obviously. And then the comment was like, if Jokic had that stat line, his average would drop because like of how like high like his point averages and the rebounds and the assists are at the moment. So, like this man is a legend, a living legend. Enjoy him while you can because man, he's such a fun player to watch, and not just him. Like again, the big three over there have been killing it. Jamal, and Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon has been a beast. He's been amazing this season. So Yeah, like no wonder this team has been so amazing. 9-2 record. Um, it, yeah, so they've been killing it. Amazing.
Preach on mostly everything you said. Um, yeah, Joker obviously doing Joker things, looking um no different than MVP caliber per year, every year, and yeah, that is a pretty crazy stat line though, saying that if Joker were to average SGA's numbers, then his stats will go down because like he's just doing so good, even better. So yeah, um, definitely a massive shout out to Joker and the Nuggets for um, I guess meeting expectations or exceeding, depending on what people
Yeah,
is
d-
predicted.
depending who you ask.
Yeah, but yeah, they've been looking good. And so I think we can move on to the next team on the W list. That would be the Timberwolves. They are currently sitting at 7-4 on a 3-game win streak, and that helped them move up in the standings to the 6th seed. Um, they had some dominant wins this past week, mostly against bad teams. Against not so good teams. I mean, they had blowout wins against the Kings and the Jazz twice. But nonetheless, team has been looking a lot better lately. And by doing so, they were able to climb up the standings quite a bit. And we shall see. Um, obviously, they lost a few guys in the free agency, but overall, look like the team, if they are healthy, still looking good. And maybe, just maybe, they make it to the next step.
The next step, as in like the finals, because they've been to the
Hey,
conference
never say
finals.
never.
Yeah, never
Yeah,
say never.
I'm not saying I'm expecting it, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows? You know, the Pacers went to the finals last year. Nobody expected that.
Yeah,
So,
no one expected that. Yeah. So point being is like we've seen crazier things happen.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, this team has been great. They definitely rise up during the playoffs, so I'm not too worried at the moment. Like with their regular season, like obviously they're doing great now, 3-game win streak. But like I know that they're gonna be amazing in the playoffs. So yeah, I'm not worried about them at all. I'm sure they'll be great. So honestly, yeah, let's move on. I don't have much to say except for I guess one thing. Like, have you seen the city edition courts for the Timberwolves?
I don't think I've seen the court yet, actually, but I know the jersey is that they brought back the Prince tribute one, right,
Yeah, so
from
it's like a
2019.
Prince tribute court, and it looks phenomenal. So
Hey, that's really cool.
yeah, I really like those jerseys. It's like, dude, the Timberwolves have been killing it with the jersey game this year, with the throwbacks and then
Yeah,
the Prince jersey. So yeah, that's the last thing I want to mention. Just
definitely.
how fire their aesthetics have been.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I just saw it. It does look really cool. Um, at the half court, I know it's like the Timberwolves logo, and then below that is the isn't it kind of like a shadow of like a trumpet or like an instrument, something like that?
I think it's just like the Prince logo. I might be talking out of my ass here, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's like the
Because
Prince logo.
because I'm not gonna lie, if I simply just look up Timberwolves Prince Court on Google Images, I see like different results. I don't know which one's the actual one,
Yeah,
but
it shows the
all of
Prince
them look
logo.
cool. Oh, like on the bottom right.
Yeah,
Is that
at
correct?
the bottom, it kind of looks like kind of like a staff, maybe. I don't know, like a
Mm.
bendy cross.
Oh, yeah. I see that one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it for sure. And yeah, I definitely do agree. The fact that they not only brought back the throwback Black Trees jersey, but they also brought back Z's. Pretty cool. Um, I was gonna mention it seems like this year City Edition is a lot of teams bringing back old City Edition jerseys as opposed to new jerseys. Is that kind of a thing?
It seems like it. I think they ran out of ideas. Like they realized that
Yeah,
like all the new
that
ideas have been trashed, so they just have
that
been, changing the
that might be
color
it.
palettes and stuff.
Yeah. Were there even any like actual new ones though this year? Because most of them look like the old ones being recycled,
Are the
honestly.
Lakers ones new? It's just like a purple jersey, I think. Um,
Was that one the City jersey? I thought that was
or
their new purple.
you might be
I think
right.
I think they brought back the one that you didn't like. Remember the black was a triangular
No, no, they did not. Did they?
go check. Confirm. I mean like
25, 26 City
I
jersey.
think they barely announced it earlier
You
this week,
can't
right?
be. They did bring it back.
Yeah.
Oh my
I am
god!
I will say like I am shocked out of all the past City jerseys they chose this one.
They
Like
could brought back the Mamba one,
I was gonna say Black Mamba one, the Shaq edition.
the Shaq
Um
ones.
Even the Elgin Baylor one, remember like that the kind of like baby blue text on white jersey? That one was cool.
I don't remember
Um,
that one.
that was during the shortened season, 2021. The Magic Johnson one wasn't that good though. The one was like the pinstripe.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Elgin
You
Baylor.
remember the pinstripe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the ones from last year. The gradient one.
Oh,
I would rather
that one
have
was
that
definitely
back than the triangle one.
that one was definitely like a very torn feeling because I feel like the design was like so, but like they literally lost in every game except one last year.
You're right. I forgot about
It
that.
was it was bad luck jersey. Yeah. So much so that they literally stopped wearing it at a certain point. They're like, we've had enough. We never win in these. We're not wearing them anymore.
Oh, okay. I see the Elgin Baylor ones. I guess
Yeah.
is it Elgin Baylor? It's a purple jersey with like blue like undertones. I guess.
Purple. It's supposed to be white with baby blue.
I looked up 2021 Lakers City jersey and it chose the purple one with blue.
Purple?
Yeah, I actually have this LeBron jersey.
Oh, no. Wait, I think you're talking about 2022.
I
That
look
one was a good one.
I looked up 21, but maybe it's 2021 2022 that's
Yeah.
showing up.
Yeah, you're thinking of 21, 22. I was talking about 2021.
Oh, I see them. I feel like
Yeah.
they like never wore these. I like
They
never
wore it a
see
lot
these.
actually.
Really?
That's that season.
I don't remember at all.
Mm.
Why is it so hard
Maybe
to find an image of like a player in these jerseys
I
though?
don't know. I
Well,
mean, if you remembered a certain game that they wore it, that would be the easiest way to find it. But I'm sure you probably don't remember because you thought that they didn't wear it.
yeah,
Yeah.
no clue. Or maybe
But
I
yeah, the
whatever.
purple jersey that you were talking about is actually the new purple edition statement jersey, which I honestly do think is better than the ugly ass black stripe on the side. I didn't like that. Remember the black stripe on the side
Yeah.
of the purple jerseys? Yeah, that was not good. Back in the Kobe era when they had the gold stripe on the side of the purple, that was so much better. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, that was a
we should
long
probably yeah,
tangent about jerseys.
yeah, I know. I was gonna say, anyways, I mean, technically we were on topic for City Edition because we were talking about the Timberwolves City, but we just got a little bit off track.
Yeah.
But yeah, point blank, Timberwolves have been looking good. Their jerseys and core have been cool, and I could see them definitely getting even better. So I think that would be enough for the Timberwolves now. We can move on to the next team on the W list, and that would be the Suns, a team that has been a little bit shocking. 7-5, currently on a 4-game win streak. They beat the Clippers twice, home and away, and they also destroyed the Pelicans and they beat the Mavs. After a poor start to the season, Suns have been looking mighty impressive lately. The question is, will it hold up? And that I honestly don't know. We shall see. But yeah, they've been looking better this last week.
Yeah, the Suns are such a like a mysterious team. I never know like what's gonna happen with this team because Devin Booker is a great player, but like the Suns are so up and down. It doesn't help that like um, Jalen Green is in and out of their lineup. Like he was injured, that he came back for like a game, and now he's injured again. So it's such a mystery on what this team is gonna look like in like the next few months. But a win is a win. They're winning 4 games in a row. They're above 500. So shout out to the Suns because this was a struggle for them last year with Kevin Durant on the team, which is kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
it is. Yeah, and they are currently in the play-in picture 7th seed. I know it's like way too early
Yeah.
in the season to be talking about seeding, but yeah, if it were the end of the season and they somehow maintain this ground, I'm sure that is something that they would gladly take.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not sure if it will hold up, but we shall see. Um, and I think that brings us to the final thing on our W list,
Yeah.
and that would be the NBA fans on, as Memo mentioned earlier, the crazy random Monday early in the season, November 10th. Um, Quite a few impressive things happened that day. First thing was Andrew Wiggins getting an alley-oop game winner for the Heat against the Cavs in overtime. Wasn't that in overtime? Right?
I don't remember if that was. I
I
think
know it was
so.
a
Oh
it was
yeah,
a
yeah,
high scoring
because was that against the
game.
Cavs?
Yeah, it was against the
And
Cavs.
then like Donovan Mitchell
Donovan
made that
Mitchell,
like crazy three
crazy
before the
three. Yeah.
alley oop.
Yep.
I think that was in during overtime. Yeah.
Yeah. So it looked like the game was gonna possibly go into double overtime until you know what happened. So that would be the first moment. Andrew Wiggins game winner. Second moment, Desmond Bane had a pretty impressive fadeaway 3 game winner. Um, Third one we talked about earlier. It was Cade Cunningham going 45 points on 46 shots to lead a overtime win against the Wizards. And the last one is probably by far the most shocking one. Grayson Allen, 42 points, 10 threes in a win over the Pelicans. So there were quite a few crazy moments that happened on Monday, which I think probably leads us to a good debate. Which one was our personal favorites? Um, would you like to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I can go first. I think I go with the Andrew Wiggins um game winner. And just seeing how open he was for that game winner too. Like he lost his defender. I forgot who was defending him, but he was like NPC AFK just standing there while he was able to like sneak into the lane and uh, go for that dunk that was like reminded me of the Aaron Gordon game winner during the finals, like how like close that was. Um and obviously not only that, but like as we mentioned, the Donovan Mitchell like potential game tying shot was crazy. Was it game tying or was it a game winner? A a game
It
winner
was game
attempt.
tying.
Game tying. Okay, yeah. That was a crazy tough shot that he was able to make. Unfortunately, though, like Andrew Wiggins was able to get that ball in there. Um, I believe it was Topic who passed the ball to. He has that was a good call to have him pass the ball. A taller guy with like good passing abilities, and then yeah, just the play that Spoelstra drew up so that Andrew Wiggins could get that look was brilliant. So that's my pick.
Okay, not bad. Um, Honestly, I might need to go same Andrew Wiggins game winner, just because I think the fact that he got so wide open at the end was really crazy, and the fact that he was able to fly high to get the game winner with such minimal time left was pretty cool to see for sure. Um, yeah, and to answer your question, I actually do remember who was the defender. It was DeAndre Hunter.
Mm.
So I guess Andrew Wiggins kind of juked him out a little bit and missed the defender missed him, got absolutely wide open and got the easy dunk for the win. And I think the funny part was DeAndre Hunter did the he kind of did the gesture like as if there's someone else that could be blamed for that, even though he was the one that lost his man. But yeah, that was a crazy finish for sure. Donovan made that very tough three, and you thought it was going to go double overtime. Andrew Wiggins said, "Not so fast," and called game. So that was impressive. Though I did say I did have a little bit of a tough debate because that Desmond Bane fadeaway three was also really cool. The way how he was literally off balance makes it for the win. Because I think the Blazers were up by one, and then he made that three, and then the Magic was able to win. So that one was definitely a little bit more high stake in the sense that he had to make it for the Magic to win, otherwise they lose. Versus if the Heat did not get the basket, they would just go to another overtime. They wouldn't have just lost it there. So kind of tough. I almost went with the three. At the end I think I go as the alley oop just because I think it was cool he somehow created that much space and with that little time left.
Yeah. Um, Not a
Yeah.
Grayson Allen guy, not going for the
Um
10 threes from Ted Cruz.
no, I am not a never have and never will be a Grayson Allen fan. I have bet I could not stand this guy dating all the way back to Duke. He is one of the dirtiest players. I feel like recent years maybe he calmed down a little bit, but he still is a dirty player. Um but when he was at Duke though, that was the peak with of his crazy dirty plays though. So yeah, that would be my least favorite moment of the four.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Speaking of losers, let's jump into the L list. And we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about the biggest loser of the week, which has to be Nico Harrison. Earlier this week, Nico Harrison was fired as the general manager for the Mavericks. Obviously, he is known for trading Luka for Anthony Davis, and there was other people and stuff involved, but we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, that trade once it happened was considered one of the worst trades in NBA history. Like as soon as that trade was done, everybody knew that that was the worst thing anybody has ever done in NBA history. Um, at least for Mavs perspectives and the NBA perspectives. We were hyped. We immediately got on a call and just started
Yeah,
celebrating.
it was the greatest trade ever for the Lakers, but the dumbest trade ever for Mavs and NBA in general.
Yeah, so I feel like since then, a lot of things went south for the Mavs. They did get the number one pick somehow. Like they got super lucky there, which obviously it's not because of Nico Harrison. He does not get credit for that. Obviously, it was just how the ball is dropped, I guess. Pause there, but yeah, Nico uh did a shitty job, like trying to make this team into a decent team. Um, just making a win now team with two of your biggest stars being injured, with Kyrie being out for most of the season. Anthony Davis is in and out of the lineup. Um, and believe what I heard. The one of the biggest reasons why Nico was fired was because he wanted to rush Anthony Davis, um, and get him back on the floor despite potential Achilles tear, which is not cool. I think Anthony Davis wanted to be on the floor as well, but like the medical staff was saying no, and that led to the Mavs owner like that was kind of his final straw, I guess. But yeah, what a crazy scenario it was. I forgot which day was it, but like I remember the Shams tweet was like, yeah, at 10 a.m., the owner is gonna fire Nico Harrison. Imagine that happened to you. Imagine you were like driving to work and you get like a Shams tweet saying that
Oh,
your boss is gonna fire you at 10 a.m. Expect a
I
meeting.
would definitely, I would be mad for sure. Believe that. But yeah, I saw that, and it was crazy that it was 10 a.m. I mean, technically, I guess in Texas it was 12, but because it was 10 a.m. here,
Uh huh.
the tweets, I believe. But yeah, still crazy though.
Like there was an announcement for a firing. That's crazy. Like he got a heads up. Like who does that?
Yeah,
um,
because instead of saying so and so has been fired, it said is planning to get fired. Like that's what makes it like more crazy.
yeah, they scheduled a firing like, for everybody to know.
Yeah.
So yeah, although the Mavs fans are like happy he's gone, he'll always have respect from us Lakers
Yeah.
fans. We're gonna retire
He is.
his. I don't know what he wears, like a tie. Retire his tie, put it up in the
His
rafters.
suit,
His
his
suit.
outfit. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Nico Harrison is a Lakers GM legend. um,
Possibly the greatest.
Definitely. Um, have you ever seen that one meme where it was a quote Nico Harrison saying, "I think I've done a great job."
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Like I can't watch Nico Harrison interviews because like when he speaks, he seems like a nice chill guy, but like I could see why like the entire state of Texas hates him. Like everybody wants him to like have like the greatest downfall, but like when he like speaks, seems like a nice dude, a loving dad, loving husband. Uh,
Yeah.
he just thought he was doing the right thing, but no, he he's kind of stupid apparently.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Um, I guess shall we move on to the next candidate on the L list now?
Yeah, let's go for it. We could go with
Okay.
the Bulls next, which we had them in our W list 2 weeks in a row. That streak has ended. They're starting to look like the Bulls from last year, for the last 5 years.
Yeah, that's correct. The Bulls have been on a 4 game losing streak and now sitting at 6-5. They lost to the Bucks, Cavs, Spurs, and Pistons. So, granted, all good teams, but nonetheless, still never good to lose 4 straight. And by doing so in the process, they have dropped all the way down to the ninth seed in the Eastern Conference after being the first seed just 1 week ago. So, yeah, the Bulls have been falling back down to earth, and I guess looking more like the team that we expected out of them, as opposed to the shocker that no one saw coming early on the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm still confused about this team. Like, I knew that I shouldn't believe in them, but part of me was starting to believe in them, and then they like just started losing and losing against like real teams, like actual teams,
Yeah,
like Bucks, Cavs, Spurs, Pistons. Like those are decent teams. If you can't win against decent teams, then you're not going anywhere. Like they're just gonna end up being a play-in team. They could make the playoffs, but there probably could be a first round exit if they do.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's honestly their peak, honestly. Like, if they do make it, they'll get smoked in the first round.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
yeah, it must be very confusing being a Bulls fan right now. Uh,
yeah, definitely. They're the team that literally refuses to rebuild for whatever reason.
yeah, and it's led by Giddy. That probably makes things even more confusing.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, I think we can probably move on to the next team on the L list, and that would be the Clippers. They are currently on a 6 game losing streak and a 3-8 record. Losses to the Heat, Thunder, Suns twice, Hawks, and Nuggets. Um, I believe the only game here that Kawhi played in was the Heat game, and then he has been sitting ever since, I believe. But now being on this 6 game losing streak, the Clippers literally haven't won a game in nearly 2 full weeks. And that last win happened to be the NBA Cup game against the Pelicans on Halloween when Kawhi got the buzzer beater three. I mean, the buzzer beater shot. Um, but yeah, not very good for the Clippers. They're currently 12th in the West, and Bradley Beal is out for the season with a fractured hip. CP3 is washed, and Kawhi is still sidelined at the moment. So, yeah, um, Clippers have been disappointing. Um, we'll say,
You
I
kind of
guess
called it.
my prediction hasn't been looking as crazy after all. I mean, granted, they have room to potentially turn things around, but I really don't see them like going far. Even if they do, they would for sure be a first round exit, even if they did sneak in as like 7 8 seed. So yeah, Clippers have not been looking good lately.
Yeah, like it's just an old team. There's gonna be injuries, like as you mentioned, Bradley Beal is out for the season, which is crazy. Like, this guy
Yeah,
barely plays basketball. He just gets paid,
yeah,
dribbles sometimes, and then gets injured. Um,
yeah. That's why like when people were trying to say that like Bradley Beal was a really huge ad for this team, I was never like I wasn't moved by it because I knew he would either get hurt or he wouldn't fit well, like on the Suns. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
I
I'm
was
not saying I
people.
wanted.
That was me.
You,
That
you
was-
thought that he was going to be a really
well,
huge
I didn't
addition.
think he was gonna be a game changer, but I thought like, oh, he could be a spark plug off the bench. Like he could get you
Uh,
like
I
15
mean,
good good percentages.
I yeah, I don't know if I really would have expected Bradley Beal to get 15 off the bench in 2025, but I could have seen like 10 maybe or something like that. Um, but
What
I
I
guess now
didn't expect is CP3's averages. Have you seen like
Um, I haven't really seen the numbers exactly, but I know that he for sure hasn't been doing anything.
yeah, like the last
Yeah,
few games uh he's been DNP'd, and
yeah,
then the games he's played he's been averaging 2.3 points per game, 1.3 rebounds per game, 3.6 assists per game, 24% from the field, 26 from 3. It's
yeah. That's
wraps.
that's
It's
really bad.
over.
Like why didn't he just retire? Like, what's the point of signing with the Clippers? I get he probably was trying to ring chase one last time, but clearly with this team, you're not gonna win anything.
For the love
I
of the
feel like,
game.
yeah, honestly, I feel like he would have been better off just staying with the Spurs one more year with Wemby and
That
continuing
would
to
have been
mentor that team.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
as opposed to rotting on a retirement home squad. But go ahead, what were we gonna say?
to be fair, it is like his old squad. Like it is the Clippers. That's where he like had his best years. Uh,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I can see why he wanted to go back to the Clippers, but yeah,
Yeah,
this has to be it.
yeah, definitely. I don't really see any other way out of it. But yeah, Clippers have been showing their problems. Granted, like Kawhi comes back, I'm sure they'll start to win a little bit more, but like they'll definitely be like a play-in team for sure, I think, if even. Otherwise, they might just miss the playoffs entirely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Next, we could talk about the Grizzlies. They were in the L list last week, right? Especially with like the John
Yeah.
Morant situation going on.
Yep.
Uh,
And here they are again.
yep.
Yep. 3 game losing streak. I don't remember what their streak was last week, but they won 1 game to end it, and now they're on another 3 game losing streak. Lost to the Thunder by 14 after leading by as much as 19 in the second quarter. And they also lost to the Knicks by 13 and the Celtics by a whopping 36 points. Safe to say, this team has been struggling immensely for the last 2 weeks, ever since John made those controversial comments, and they are currently sitting at the 11th seed in the Western Conference. So things are looking not very good in Memphis right now.
Yeah, it hasn't been looking good. Basically, since Luka Doncic Halloween night destroyed the Grizzlies' um, momentum and the locker room vibes and everything. Ever since then, John Moran has been grumpy. The Grizzlies just been very dysfunctional, and yeah, I mean they did lose to like the Thunder. They were going to lose to the Thunder, but to the Celtics by 36. 36.
Yeah, losing to mediocre Jason Tatumless Celtics by 36 is not a good look.
Not at all.
Yeah,
So yeah, definitely deserves to be in the L list for this week.
certainly. And I think that the Grizzlies definitely would be another team that would be lucky to even be in the play-in. Otherwise, they're just gonna also miss the playoffs entirely if they don't pick things up like very soon.
Yeah, the season's still early, so I'm sure things
Yeah,
could
it's
pick
still
up.
early.
But also like a trade might happen. There's been a lot of
Yeah,
rumors going around
that's
about
true.
Job being traded. So
Yeah,
who knows
if
what
they
will happen for the Grizzlies?
yeah if they trade him, I guess depending on the value they get in return, but it might make things extra harder for them to reach it. But who knows? We have seen crazy situations where the team that traded away a superstar shockingly looked arguably better after the trade because they got more depth. So, yeah, I guess we shall stay tuned on that part.
Yeah. Um. Okay, we can now end things off with a trio. We have three teams that we're gonna talk about, and all three of these teams only have one win. They're the only teams in the league with only one win, and they are the Nets, 1-10 record, Pacers, 1-10 record, Wizards, 1-11 record. We expected the Nets and Wizards to be awful. Pacers, there was an argument that since they are a scrappy bunch, they have Rick Carlisle as their coach. Maybe they could be like a play-in team. I forgot how high I had them in my ranking before the season. I wouldn't be surprised if I put them in like the sixth seed. Like that. That's how like much I believed in them. They've been kind of disappointing, but also like they have a really good excuse. They don't have their
Yeah.
star point guard. Their center that they had for 10 years betrayed them and became like the biggest loser on earth for the Bucks. So, um, yeah, they've got excuses. The Wizards and Nets do not. Uh, other than they're trying to lose, they're trying to tank. But
Yeah.
yeah, what are your thoughts on these three teams?
Yeah, definitely agree. I think that the Pacers are the biggest shocker. I mean, like, even with Tyrese out, we thought they were going to be a scrappy bunch to at least get some wins, but so far, not very good. Um, I think rumor has it maybe the Pacers are just tanking the season away so they can get a high draft pick and they will leave off where things were last season and make another long playoff run when Tyrese returns in 2026, 2027. Possible. And if so, that might be a scary team to watch out for next year. As for this season, though, yeah, it's definitely a throwaway season for the Pacers. Did not expect them to be this bad, but here they are, whether tanking or not. But Nets and Wizards, we have definitely expected to be trashed for sure. Um, and yeah, Pacers being the team to give the Nets their only win, obviously not a good look. And they lost against them at home to make things even worse. Um, and then the Wizards, their only win was against the Mavs in opening week, and they have not won since. Currently last in the Eastern Conference, worst in the NBA, and they might just be the worst team in the league in general. Seems like they left off right where things continued from last season, being the worst team in the league. Um, but yeah, these three teams have been nothing but bottom feeders, probably will stay there. What do they have in common? They all happen to be in the Eastern Conference. So there we have it. Three shitty one-win teams in the L list as all grouped in one.
Which team do you think will win their second game, like the
Um,
soonest?
I want to say Pacers, but they've been looking pretty bad, honestly. So like, I guess it depends who's playing who. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say Pacers, honestly.
I'll say winners. They're gonna break that streak soon.
Okay, so you actually have the most faith in the team that technically has the worst record right now, only
it's
because they play one more game. But still,
it's
that's
the
funny.
the gambler logic. Like event, I'm sure it'll change like soon enough.
Yeah. I think that like a good way to answer that honestly would be which team has been like the most competitive in their games. And that I literally cannot answer for you because I feel like all of them have been losing kind of badly. Also, my correction, the Pacers are actually also 1-11. I forgot to add the game they played today against the Suns.
Mm.
Another L, by the way. So, yeah, I guess technically when you pick the Wizards, they were not the worst out of the bunch record wise, but they were tied for the worst record wise. But yeah, I want to say Pacers, not betting on it because they've been like getting blown out in their games lately. And technically, the Wizards did have that very close, barely losing to the Pistons in overtime thing. So that was impressive because I thought they were going to get whooped there. But yeah,
Didn't the Pacers have a competitive game against OKC like early this season?
oh, they did, but that was like opening week
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
But like, yeah, that was shocking. But like the last week though, like they've been like getting destroyed out
They
of
probably already like gave up and they know that
yeah,
they should probably tank.
yeah. That's probably what it is, honestly.
Yeah,
But yeah, my answer, I am not at all confident.
yeah. I guess we'll see. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
we shall see. But I think that would be it for our episode, unless there's anything else you have in mind.
Nope.
Um, nope. Sounds like we got everything. But yeah, on that note, per usual, thank you guys so much for the constant support for our channel. We greatly appreciate it. If you guys like our content, make sure to follow us on all platforms, like, comment, subscribe, share, and make sure to stay tuned because we will be continuing our weekly recaps of news, L list, you name it. And we're also going to add in twists of fun episodes, mini games, and potentially some wagers for sure too. So make sure you guys stay tuned. It's gonna be bangers to come, and you guys will definitely like it.
Yeah.
Memo, what would you like to add on?
Should we place a quick wager right now with the Pacers Wizards?
Oh,
Who will get their second win first? Are you down?
I
Or
mean,
I know you
I mean,
became less confident with your Pacers pick, but I did pick the 10-game losing streak Wizards.
I mean, I guess we can do it. I didn't expect it to be off that out of all things, but what did you have in mind?
Nothing. That's the issue. So
Nothing. Yeah,
so maybe not this week, but we could
yeah,
come up with a wager. Maybe
yeah.
for the cup, maybe for something else.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe. We'll have to get creative for sure because right now I'm blanking out on ideas there, but
yeah,
I'm
it's
sure we'll
also
come up with
late.
something.
I gotta wake up early.
Yeah,
My brain is fried, so yeah, we'll talk about it and we'll figure something out.
definitely. But yeah, anything you would like to add on before we end things?
Yeah, just check out the socials. Even though I haven't been posting, just check it out. Check out the Twitter. Check out the TikTok. Make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube. Like and comment. If you enjoyed the video, if you're on an audio platform, make sure you give us a 5-star rating and review. And yeah, we'll see you all next week. Good. Bye.